Hey everyone, and welcome back to the OurSociety Experiment. Today I want to discuss with you kind of just some insight about how we're going about to advertising the platform and what kind of demographics we're targeting. So let's preface by saying OurSociety is a free and open election campaign platform. And it's really designed to be used by all levels of users. So there's no discrimination, anyone can access it. But of course, when you build any organization, and whether this is a for-profit organization or in our society's case a non-profit organization, you really kind of have to laser focus your efforts because most organizations, not all, but in most, including our society, have a limited pool of resources to work with. And especially as we're in our fledgling stage of just kind of using this social experiment technology movement, kind of experimenting with a lot of different options and opportunities, we really have to pick how we're going to spend our advertising dollars and be very scrutinous of that and really kind of be conscious of who we're trying to attract to the platform. So right off the bat, we are going with a millennial focus. So I define millennial like 35 to 21, although our civic engagement education seminars, which we've discussed in a previous video, we're dealing with 18-year-olds, and I think this is that's going to be an incredible generation, incredible catalyst generation. But again, we're kind of advertising to that specific market, the under 35, and the reason being for that are somewhat numerous. The first is that the millennial generation is the first real children of the internet, if for lack of a better term. Many of us, myself included, have had access to the internet from very young age. I think my first AOL account was when I was 11, I believe, around there, and that's incredibly important. I think we often overlook the significance of that type of experience, right? Your basic neuroscience dictates that we learn as human beings through observation and experience, and observation and experience repeated forms neural pathways in our brain that over time become a learned skill, experience, hobby, or just way of thinking about the world. So the ability to connect with individuals all across the United States, from the comfort of our own home when I was 11 years old, was a profound experience. And I've been someone who loves technology since that time. One thing that's been really fascinating about the internet in general and mass communication is that it's allowed a number of ideals and ideologies to come to surface which otherwise would have never really gotten the same amount of press. And as those ideals have risen to the surface, so have supporters, detractors, but most importantly, it doesn't matter what side people are on the issues. What matters is that the issues are at the forefront and they're being discussed. Which is exactly why we believe millennials are going to be the quickest to adapt to the OurSociety model. These are individuals who are familiar with technology. OurSociety is incredibly easy to use. The platform is very intuitive. It's uniform, so all the information is in the same place. That was one of the things we decided to set out to solve, is that a lot of the candidate websites were just all over the place. So giving it a uniform format and really just focusing on the ease of access. Millennials are used to technology that makes life easy and much quicker and kind of redefines the process that traditional ways of doing things has been done. So why not bring that politics direct to consumer essentially with the OurSociety platform? Millennials are the statistical largest voting bloc at this moment, which is a really exciting opportunity to kind of use our collective focus and vision to kind of shift America in a new direction, a more positive direction that focuses on collaborative democracy through statistical data analysis. It has nothing to do with parties, has nothing to do with preconceived notions or corporate donations. It has everything to do with the wills and wants of the people and using the data that we're so used to giving away anyway for the public good. We see an incredible opportunity with the millennial demographic. We are a very engaged demographic. Although not all of us turn out to the voting booths, many of us are engaged in activism. Many of us are very frustrated with the current state of being. I mean, just over the last 10 years, we've seen incredible millennial activism through both the Occupy Wall Street movement, which was a shame because it really didn't have a centralized direction, the Black Lives Matter movement, the continuing fight and conversation about the incredible cost of education, which is really a shame because as we move towards a knowledge economy, specialization and education is really critical. But the high barrier to entry to that is really something, and really just mathematically the return on investment on a college degree is no longer aligned with the cost, which is a real challenge for many of us. So really, we've talked about it a lot in the past, but the argument about our society is that we're trying to really imbue a social movement with technology. So it's not a for-profit platform. We're trying to increase usership, but the product we've developed, based on our limited nonprofit capitalization, is really a prototype. It's a beta. Right? It has limited functionality, but our vision and roadmap for functionality is very long and very tremendous. And ideally, through our New Jersey beta test platform, if we can generate enough interest, we can continue to get both through donations from individuals like yourself or through grants from other organizations to really build a truly political utility for the U.S. And it's our belief that millennials are going to be the earliest adapters of that. People who are open to engage in technology, who recognize that the system is not keeping up to pace with the rapid innovation that is that we're seeing in technology. And I think that's one of the real critical things that millennials get is that we are truly starting to become global citizens, right? The barriers that used to hinder up previous generations, the barriers in information, really, in truth and information, and more importantly, alternate perspectives. Not just a single story, not just a single narrative. The internet has allowed us to explore multiple narratives and really read many different points of view, which have shaped our vision of both the present and the future. And I think it's really critical to the OurSociety Experiment, is engaging that and giving us a vehicle, giving us a bridge. We have this vision of where we want to go, and although it is certainly not unified, our society provides the bridge. We've seen an incredible outpouring of support from millennials, from the students at Rutgers University. We have Professor Ben Bakelar, who's been an incredible asset to the OurSociety Experiment. His teachings, he's invited us into his classrooms. He's also provided free support through his company HSS Design for UX design. So I mean, just an incredible volunteer, a critical part of our team. And we've seen the aspect through that. We've had individual conversations. We can look at our Facebook demographics, our small following, and notice just a specific trend. So really, we believe that millennials are going to be the major catalyst for change in the U.S. And if we provide the tool or the bridge to create that change through the OurSociety platform, then we believe that change is going to be pretty significant and produce some really great results for general collective progress for our collective whole in the U.S. And it's kind of the concept where a rising tide lifts all boats. We believe that as more people, with millennials joining first, it'll kind of be like any other tech platform. For example, like Facebook. If you guys remember, Facebook came out when I was in college. 2004, I believe, is when Hofstra University got it. And initially, it was this elite kind of college-only thing. And our society is the opposite, right? It's not elite. It's inclusive. However, as that generation, our generation, kind of adapted it, we were the early adapters of that technology, and of course other generations followed suit. And it's kind of the same vision we have with the OurSociety platform, is that millennials will lead the charge and others will follow suit. So if you're a millennial and you haven't already signed up for an OurSociety account, or how about this, even if you're not a millennial and you believe in a better, more progressive future that utilizes technology and data to create a clear path forward, sign up today. If nothing else, just to answer questions and put your input in. Obviously, we don't have a ton of candidates on the platform at the moment, but we're getting there, and it's we're making progress every week, which is really exciting. So just wanted to take this again. This video is just to kind of share with you our perspective internally of why we're targeting millennials, why that's where we're focusing our advertising dollars, and why we believe the millennial demographic is going to be the catalyst of change, using the OurSociety platform to make real and tangible change, both in our local communities, up to our states, and even higher, our national, our congressional positions. If you like these videos, please don't hesitate to share them. Please like and subscribe to our channel below. Again, this is a collective movement. Our society belongs to all of us, and we can't do this alone. We understand everyone's got limited time and money, but a simple click on the like button, a subscribe, and a share would do a tremendous amount to kind of further our message and purpose of building a more free and open democracy by focusing on more democracy. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Our Society Experiment.